everybody, welcome back to the Ketchup Café podcast, where I catch up with old friends, new friends, or myself. So today we got a special delivery, quarantine style, because I'm self-isolating right now before I return back to my home with my family. So a special friend, a good friend of mine, old friend, dropped off, a care package. So we're just gonna do a quick haul for you of what, she brought me. Let's do it right now. And earlier I made this, improvised Hong Kong cafe milk tea with some coconut milk. So yeah, let's see what's in this bag of goodies. All right, first up, we got shrimp crackers. This is one of my favorite. And then we got some Pocky. And then we have this box. I don't really know what it is. Let's see what's inside. Move this. I can eat those snacks later. Thank you. Oh shoot, cookies. I bet she made them. Let's put them on a plate. All right. All right. So because I'm in quarantine right now, I do want to feature this guest today. But to be safe, we're going to do it over the phone. So we're just going to try something different. Bear with us with the quality. I'm just going to record directly from my phone. Just going to call her right now and invite her onto this podcast. And she wants to stay anonymous, so we're just going to call her Ms.S. But yeah, let's call her. Hello? Hello.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on the podcast. I know this is a little, out of your comfort zone, but yeah, I think, you kind of was with me on this journey of a lot of, uncertainty and unpredictableness. So I just thought, it'd be great to have you on. And hey, thank you so much for the care package. That was really sweet of you.
Yeah, did you open the box yet?
Yes, I actually did. Did you bake them?
Yeah, so they're one of my favorite cookies to bake. So they're brown butter chocolate chip.
Oh,
because I think they're really good.
Brown butter, eh?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna take a bite right now. I'm gonna do a taste test.
Tell me how you like it.
Okay, let's try it.
Good, right?
How did you hide the chocolate chips? Because I can't see anything.
Magic.
Wow. I'm gonna try it with this improvised drink. Wow.
Good combo, hey?
This combo. I wish you could share this with me.
In 2 weeks after you're done quarantining.
Hopefully. Anyways, I guess on today's episode I want to talk a little bit. The main idea is I want to talk about decision making, because I think recently I had to make some, I guess, bigger decisions in life, and they weren't easy, but I think it taught me a lot about having to adapt to the goals that we set, the life that we planned. I think sometimes you just can't plan for things, right? And it's scary, and I definitely think like it wasn't an easy process, but I think, you know, having friends, especially like you, like in my life, like it makes it, I think, a little less daunting. So yeah, like I'm thankful for your support on this journey. But yeah, like what are your thoughts? Like, have you been experiencing, did you have to make some big decisions this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think just this year in general, you were saying how life can be so unexpected. And I think this year has definitely shown us how unexpected life can be. And even now, you know, we don't know what's going to happen. So I think with that, we just need to live every day to its fullest.
Honestly, that's funny, because like on my previous episode, I talked about how like, oh, I'm just trying to live day by day, you know, like whatever happens, I'm just gonna learn how to cope with it. Because honestly, like life does throw us curveballs. I think especially this week, like you've been through the wave with me. It's like every day was so uncertain, you know, like a call would come and it's like boom, you know, like the possibility of my life like changing from, I don't know, like from this to this was so out of my expectations, and having to just analyze everything was hard, you know. And like sometimes you're like, what is the best decision? But I think with life, it's like knowing what your North Star is, right? And so like for me, like my North Star was like, you know, my end goal is I just really want to provide value and, you know, help to people in need and people I love. And I guess knowing that was my North Star, it helped me, I guess, make those decisions. And regardless of all the like possibilities that could happen, like I weighed the pros and cons. So I think that being my North Star just made it like much simpler. And I also think like risk taking is like part of the whole process, right?
Yeah, and I think with like any decision that you make, you know, the outcome of that decision will benefit you in some way. Like even if it may seem like the wrong decision, that wrong decision is, you know, in a way it's teaching you a lesson of how to act in the future. Right. So, you know, every decision that you make, you know, it's guiding your life path.
I mean,
where you're headed.
That's so true, because like, I mean, I don't regret anything I did in the past or the decisions I made. I mean, obviously there were some pretty rough chapters. But I think because of those rough chapters, it taught me a lot, you know? And I think that you're right. Like, there is no bad decision. We just learn from every event that happens. And I think in this next season that I'm entering, which will change a lot of things in my life, I think one of the things that, you know, drove me to make such a like decision like this is like it's out of my comfort zone. But I think I'm trying to like seek discomfort in order to find growth. Like I know that might sound very like redundant to some people, but I think without going through like a process of, you know, uncertainty, that's gonna bring you something unexpected. And I think especially this year, like learning to like face fears and like going through really uncomfortable situations, you know, brought me through, you know, the beginning of a breakthrough. So I mean, it's with that discomfort that we can grow as a person. And you know, we're making decisions every day, and the decisions that we make are the building blocks of who we are. So true. I mean, how about for you? Like, did you learn something this year through risk taking, or like did you have like a new epiphany about like a lifestyle change?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think just this COVID situation in general has really taught me just to not hold back on certain things and just really go after the things that I want and not wait it out for a better time, because realistically there's never going to be the most optimistic time. You know, if I keep waiting and waiting and waiting to do something, and you know, I might not even end up getting the chance to do it at all in the future.
Oh, okay.
So like with this pandemic, you know, prior to everything, you know, there were a lot of things that I was like, yeah, like it would be cool if I could, you know, travel here with some friends.
Like we had plans. And
yeah. So like we had plans to travel, but we always kept pushing it back. We're like, maybe it's not the right time right now. Like maybe we need to wait until maybe, you know, we have less things to do in our schedule or whatnot. So we keep pushing it back. But then with COVID hitting, realistically, when would be the next time we would
like I don't know when I'm gonna see like some of my like really good friends. It's like hope for the best, but trying to stay positive. Like that actually was one of the biggest, like I'm trying to stay positive during this COVID situation, and I'm like trying to, you know, be like, oh, these are the good things that happened. But I think the biggest negative was not being able to so easily like come see family. Like this was not an easy decision coming back home, and it caused a lot of anxiety, a lot of planning, you know, and you know, I did it because I had to, but I guess like even for friendships, it's like so difficult to say like when will be the next time, right? So I mean, I was more of like a I don't know how to say it, like in the moment, spontaneous kind of person. You actually back then were the one who was like, let's wait, right? And then now hearing you say, hey, let's just do this. I mean, it's a nice, I think it's a nice change.
Yeah, like these past couple of months have just really taught me that, you know, we're never guaranteed a tomorrow.
Yeah, no. And I always thought like that. I was like, what if I die tomorrow? I always told you that.
But like these past few months has really taught me to just go after things that I'm wanting in life, because now will be the best time to do it.
Right.
Because you never know if I'll be able to do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. We don't know what will happen tomorrow. I feel like, but there's, I think, an element of beauty to that. Like, I almost take it like it's kind of a thrill, you know, to live on the, it's not on the edge. It's not such a huge, like, life or death risk that we're taking here, but it's more just like the thrill of uncertainty. Like some people can see it as like anxiety, which I used to, but now that I had to, I don't know, like every day, like I'm not being dramatic here, like every day was just an unexpected like wave that I was riding, and it was kind of exciting. It was freaky but exciting. And now that I'm like, you know, thinking about like the whole week and even like last week and the month before that, like every moment was, you know, an opportunity for me to just have more faith in this world, you know, like, and I think you actually reminded me, like we were having conversation, you were saying like sometimes things happen for a reason, you know, and I really do believe that. I think,
you know, life definitely has a plan for all of us. And sometimes, you know, when certain unfortunate things happen in our life, it may not always seem that way, but I really do believe that everything will work out in the end. Maybe not the way that you expected it to, but I feel like one day at the end of the road, you'll look back and be like, yeah, like that was the right path that I had to go down to get me to where I am now.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of like question marks during that whole path. But yeah, I mean, I can feel your change in perspective, and I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, I've definitely been trying to like teach myself to be more comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yo, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying here, is like seek discomfort. I know that's some YouTubers like catchphrase, I think. But I'm on that. They sold me, because I think without that, it's like life is kind of boring, right? Like, take risks, like do something different. Like, I know everyone's trying to aim for that comfortable lifestyle, like who isn't, right? But I think we have to like push ourselves to like difficult moments, because if we're always just doing the same thing and we're comfortable, then honestly, like, what's the point, right? And like, to everyone out there, hear me out. This Ms.S was like the safest, most like, like person I knew. Like, it was like the safe choice, the safe decision. Like, everything was like stable. But now hearing her saying like she doesn't mind to take risks because there's no like, you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. that's a big change. And I think there is there's positivity in that. It's not like you're being irrational. It just means that you're taking a leap of faith. Yeah, that's what it is. And you're like, the uncertainty might bring an outcome, and you're okay with that.
Yeah, like, I'm more welcome to the, like, for sure.
That's
like,
awesome.
If you asked me like a year ago,
right? Oh yeah, a year ago, yes.
Not be saying this. But like,
no, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't. But yeah, it's definitely given me a new perspective on how to live my life and what I should be doing every day.
So that's your present. How about your future then? Like, what do you see?
I don't know. I don't really have any like specific plans for the future, but I think just even in the next 6 months, I think just taking the time to learn more about ways to grow as a person and just be more independent. Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely on that journey as well, and I think my next journey or the next chapter during this season would be like learning how to adapt to like change in environment. I guess I'm like entering like living with my family, and I think that has always been, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, I love them, but I think learning how to communicate is something that I'm looking forward to. I'm challenging myself, and like, I don't know what will happen, but I'm excited, and I'm excited to be able to spend like quality time with them. Definitely learning how to just grow up. Yeah. And I think like, you taught me a lot about, like, you are more mature than like, people our age. So yeah, you keep me grounded sometimes about like my more irrational, spontaneous, like impulsive decision making or like personality. It's good to have people like that in my life where you keep me like semi, grounded.
Yeah, and I think like we need to have a good balance of like being grounded but also being spontaneous at the same time. Which is why our relationship works so well. Because we balance each other out.
Exactly, like we balance each other out. I just realized that. I'm like, I'll bring in the like pizzazz and the spontaneity, but you bring in the stability and the more practical,
and then when we work together, we just create this happy medium.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. But yeah, how's life? Like, you're working now?
Yeah, so
how's that going? Like, how's the working life change? Like, how was it going from school to working?
I mean, it's definitely a big change, but in my opinion, it's definitely a very positive change. I think, when you're in school, you're very consumed by it.
Yeah.
You can't really take a step back and just, forget about it for a day. It's always around you. You're always thinking about it. And then transitioning to, a formal working environment, you're technically only, on. Your brain is only thinking about that during your working hours. So it's nice to be able to really split your day into like work mode and then you get off after. So it's been nice having just some time after work just to completely forget about what's happened during the day and to focus more on, personal projects, taking time for myself.
And like, what's your wind down process like?
Well, recently, like nothing too specific since, you can't really go out and see friends or, typical activities, work activities. So recently it's just, I get off work quite early. I get off around 3. So I do have...
That's early. That means you start really early.
Yeah, so what's great about this new job is that the hours are really flexible. So you can go in, whenever you want. So I've been going in early around 7. And I leave at 3. And that just, in my opinion, I prefer that more because it feels like I get more done throughout the day or just have more time to spend in ways that I want. So sometimes, after work, I work downtown. So, I might take a walk, down Robson or something and do some shopping, or I'll go to the mall and just browse around. Or I'll pick up some dinner on the way home. But I don't know, it just depends day to day what I'm feeling.
Nice.
But it's just nice to be able to have that flexibility and not my day, just, to be able to do what I want if I feel like it.
Right. I mean, that's something new to me, like this year, is like exactly what you said, but also not dependent on like doing it with someone. Like I really found joy in doing things by myself, with myself. I don't know, like I think you established that like way longer than me. Like I learned that this year, and there's so much freedom. Like you have yourself 24/7. So I kind of developed almost like a friendship with myself. It might sound psychotic, but it's like if I want to, go get groceries, then I go get it with myself and it's really fun, or I cook a meal for myself, make it extra fancy, and I have a like dine-in. I think those little things actually bring so much joy to me now. Like, I know it sounds way different from my previous like passions or like interest, but I think like you're right, spending time with yourself is great, is a great wind down.
Yeah, and I think it's really special when we come to a point where we realize that. Because at the end of the day, I think, you are your own best friend.
Like, I mean,
you know that you will be there for yourself and you know what's good for you.
I think that's so true. Like, I'm not disregarding like my, like, actual physical best friends, but I'm just saying, like, you all mean like a lot to me, but sometimes, like especially during COVID, like we only got ourselves, right? And it was a difficult time when I realized I'm like I don't have anyone close with me. Like when I'm in Toronto, I don't have any of my family near me, and then let alone like some of my closest friends aren't in the country, right? Or even in the province, like yourself, right? So it was difficult to like have that support system or even like to spend wind down time. But I think the best part was learning how to just like hang out with myself and love it. But it's nice. It's nice to catch up over the phone, like ever so often. It's great. Hopefully after all this we can reconnect. And I think I'm really glad we got to chit chat, and once again I'm thankful for your care package. It means a lot.
You enjoyed it?
Yes, the cookies are fantastic. I'm gonna eat the snacks later while watching TV. I think that was good. I think I'm gonna end it there. I'm so thankful for you, and I'm thankful for you being okay to be on this podcast.
Yeah, well, definitely thanks for inviting me.
No, it's a pleasure to have you at the Ketchup Cafe. And maybe you can come back one day.
Yep, I definitely will. I've enjoyed my stay, so I will come back.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, I'm just gonna... You want to say goodbye to everyone?
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for listening. Yeah. But yeah, hope you guys like have a good, transition into like the, cold season. But yeah, thanks for listening. And I'll see you in the next one.